Okay, so I said I would try to do a deep challenge run and record it, this time with actual commentary on top, so I can outline what I'm doing. So this is the Tomebound playtest. I've been playing it for quite a bit now, according to Steam. Yeah, about 15 hours. And I've got pretty good, I would say. Okay? But I have some ideas on how to get deeper run now. So there is currently 5 tomes. My preferences is either Flint, Vitro, Chagrin, or Flint, Kreska, Vitrio. The reason why is, for the challenge run, basically the process of getting to challenge mode is pretty easy. You could do that with almost any tome, fairly reliably and easy. The difficult part is surviving while you're in challenge mode, and that requires a couple of things. Ways to guarantee safe spots to survive big AoE bursts, and damage potential. Shatter, AoE damage potential, I should say. The Shatter is quite good at that. Flint has a good blend of things, stuff that moves units, and stuff that just deals high damage, like the Keg card. Kreska has the utility of the as far as I'm aware, the one stagger card in the game, which is the one stun. And bounce is also fairly useful as a thing to spread the status effects. Chagrin is the one I will sometimes use in between, because Agony is quite high damage, and also there's a number of cards that move, and movement is fairly useful for that. So I think I'm enough for this one. Do I Flint, Chagrin, and Vitro run? Now, as I said, the actual process of the run is fairly easy. You generally are thinking, how can I basically just get access to the cards that will help me in the late game? So the first one is easy. They will move and do a sting, but you will always have enough movement to move out of the way. So it's really just how you want to do it. This is actually a bit of an awkward position to put yourself in. So let's just do this to get some movement. I'll move now the Shatter away and do that again. Here, and that will clear that level fairly simply. So, right now we're just focusing on getting cards for the late game. Right now, these ones are fine. Cannonball's a really good single target that, up until like later in the challenge run, it will have the damage alongside other cards to basically snipe off important targets. And these secondaries are all fine. Pull's quite useful if you add it to a thing like the, what's the actual name of the card? Oh, by the way, yeah, I have this glitch still. The hand bomb to pull stuff away. I think I will take Nesting Doll, though, because the Bounce Shatter can also be fairly good. Again, just focusing on building cards, and curios are another thing you want to try to pick up. When you have these octopus enemy, I like to bunch them together so that they kind of guarantee where the octopus is going to pull the Hypnotize. Ideally, I would have had this guy move here, but he moved here. I could still, actually not with the cards I have, unless I pulled him in. But it's normally pretty easy to get them to hit each other. But let's just start by blasting this guy a bit, because I should with the cards I have. I'm never going to be able to hit that alone. So if I do this, there we go. Now I can isolate that. That's the big threat taken care of. And now it will be a fairly easy move around. Let's just do this, and oops, I miscalculated. I thought I would be able to put that bomb there. That's fine. Can you do it? No, not without hitting my own guys. It doesn't matter, because you could just... I could burn a card to move that, but it's just simpler to pass and then get a new set of cards when there's only one left. Hits, he now dies to Agony. Next turn, don't have to kill the brains. The coral. I call them brains, but they're coral. Script. Are any of these cards good? Slay gain mana is interesting. If you have enough big AoE damage, and the Slay mana secondary and the Slay draw card secondary, you can play a lot of cards in one turn. However, you kind of really need to go for that at the start and hope you pick up enough of those so that you can do it consistently. Sneer is good. Applying Agony on a Radius is really good. This is not as good as it seems, because in challenge mode, generally the first turn is the most critical turn, which is just about trying to get one or two of your tomes to survive an initial burst of AoE damage, and then tickling an enemy's down. So this utility is not useful, because by the time it gets big, you've already won or lost, basically. I think I will take this and the gain mana, because the other secondaries just aren't as useful. Curio, 3 damage to lob spells. Lob spells become difficult to use later, because you will generally, if you plan ahead, will get 1 on each of your tomes. But the other one kind of sucks. Agony on spells is pretty good. I'll put that on Chagrin. The Scrivener. I generally just look for things that... I generally don't use this, because swapping secondaries, it's not consistent enough. If I could select anything and swap it, it would be much useful, but because it randomly picks 3 cards, I believe, I forget, I believe it picks 3 cards, it's not actually that useful. I'm going to take some Jack-in-the-Box, though, because it has Push, and Push is really useful for the end game. Oh, we actually might be able to do the Slay Draw card effect. Alright, let's go for that, and we'll see if we can actually use it. Do I want a second one? I kind of do. These ones aren't particularly useful. I could aim to remove, and hope I get... Let's remove a card, actually. Yeah, let's remove this card. Three Shadow is a good secondary, but I'd rather get these out of my deck so I have a higher chance of drawing more useful cards when I get to Challenge Mode. These rewards... I'll take the blue one. Corolith is a fairly easy enemy. Especially this one, it's only 1. And especially when you have a Chagrin, because Chagrin, its thing is high health, and Chagrin's thing is the highest damaging, like, collectively. Let's do this. Yep, that's fine if it kills those. Bit annoying, but there we go. I believe what happened there, since it was trying to bounce into the corner here where there's no tile, it just did it twice in the same spot. And then this. And then I don't think I can use Stiletto to actually damage it because it's, well, I can do 1, but let's just move things away first. There we go, just 1 more damage. We're all safe. It will do its spike attack, and then we'll buff with shields. And they will just die to Agony. Oh no, I do forget that sometimes where the Agony ticks down by 1. Now we'll just die by Agony. Again, which cards are useful in the endgame is the thing that matters. Range is an excellent secondary to pick up, because reducing your range will render all your lob cards useless. I checked with the devs actually, and it's intended, even though it's kind of unintuitive if you don't know what's going on. Now, I suppose Cannonball is the best one here, but Ridicule is also not bad at all. 5 Agony is a lot of Agony, and it just helps quite a bit, especially if you apply this to a Radius, because it is one of the simplest way to spread those debuffs. So I'll take a Ridicule here. Increases. This is kind of a trap. You want to buff range, but often there's a limit to, if you get like 2 to 3 range, it becomes very difficult to use, because tomes in the middle now can't effectively target tomes on the edge. They have to be positioned on the edge to be able to target things further away. Pull to Shadow, I don't really have, well, I do have that. Actually, this is quite a good one. I'll take Shadow Pulls. I didn't talk about the other one. I think it was the 50% damage buff when you're under health, which is good, because you're often under 50% health in challenge mode. Let's see, Epic plus Scrip. I do have the Conservator coming up, which would mean I should grab Scrip. Again, the enemies, this is probably the most threatening enemy in the aquatic section, if you're not prepared. It's a very big AoE nuke, especially if you don't plan it right with the corals giving shields. It can just suddenly do a lot of damage, but it's not that hard. And while I do want a curio slot, actually, I think I will go for this, because you generally can pick up a full battery of curios before Challenge 1, and I can probably skip the card to gain myself a nothing. So I normally put one thing close, and then two far away. He'll probably move up here or here. Oh no, he moved there. That's actually unfortunate. That is actually quite unfortunate. Do I have push stuff? I do. Not that it's going to be easy to utilize. Well, let's start by killing... I want to push him here. So I'll probably apply that, because I believe if I did this, it would push him there and put him into the corner. Yeah, so first step is put him in the corner. Then I will apply some agony to him. Actually, I might just be able to kill him, but this is simpler. Radius and push to launch him into the corner, which means he would now not damage as much things. As many things, I should say. Now we can put the shatter here to deal more damage. He will gain more shield, but whatever. Oh, what? Oh, I have pull. Well, that's what we call... I was gonna die to agony anyway. Well, that's my own hubris messing with me. We can just put a little bit more agony on him. It's fine. Again, the early levels are not hard, even though I made a mistake there. You can clearly see I have enough damage just by playing all my cards. And because you don't have to kill these, you are easily able to get enough damage to just kill the one enemy before he can take a turn. As to which tomes you should put your curio slots into, it depends which other curios you have. I'm going to put it into this because the shatter pulls means I want to put more stuff that increases shatter cards and probably a range curio on it as well. Is there anything good enough? Ooh. Now this is difficult because I would like either of these two, because push and the kegs are the highest damage spell. I shouldn't say highest. It is the most flexible damaging spell. Really high range, very high damage, and a radius. Punchline though is excellent for manipulating the important enemies in challenge modes. Glatter's not that useful, but it is a high damage spell if you can get it arranged rightly. 5 script. I think I'd rather have a punchline with Shatter's a good one. Then I would have the extra script. Hopefully there should be a cheap one to buy. There's not a cheap one to buy, so we skip this. In terms of these ones here, again, things that have push are quite high value. I would grab this if I had the money. Maybe that, but I already have one. This is good. It would be more useful if I remembered I had it on my things, because you'd be able to double up on certain movement manipulating ones to reposition at the last turn. Alright, Angler. I do want to praise the devs here, because this is what I think is sort of a very good design first boss fight. Because I think the design for a rogue-like boss is that you should die to it on your first run, and this one has a very unique mechanic that it pulls you towards. And your instinct, since you can't see it, which is another good bit of design, is probably to put them fairly close and not towards these corners. But I happen to know that if I put, and we'll put the glass tome there and the agony tome here, that I'll all be pulled so there's 1 damage. But instinct will probably tell you to put it a bit closer, which means that on your first playthrough you're probably going to die or at least take quite a lot of damage. So it's a very excellent first boss in my opinion. Alrighty. Now, how do I want to play this? I've got a lot of agony I could apply. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. So let's move. Agony. Move back. I will do this to bounce and kill. Let's burn one of these cards. This is probably going to be difficult to utilize. So I just want to put as much damage in here, and I should be able to easily kill them on turn 2. Oops, I forgot that would damage myself. You know what, it doesn't matter that much. Oh, I'll be pulled, actually, I forget that. That actually matters more than I wanted to. There we go. You can do it and just deal a bit more damage. Bounce. Bounce. And now just move it back. I'll be dragged forward, but 9, he'll take 8 next turn. He is dead, I believe. Oh, he'll get shields, but whatever, we can out-damage that fairly easily. But you can nearly always do that once you know what it is. The issue is just if you panic when you first see him, because you've placed all your totems in range that they will be grabbed. That's why I think this is a very well-designed first boss, because once you know his gimmick, he's kind of simple to deal with. In fact, I don't even need Agony. I can probably just kill him with a basic... Oops, it's going to move him. There we go. Take the script. Curio. Ah, this is the glitch that I know devs have already acknowledged. Healing is okay. There is times in the early part of challenge runs where high health tomes like Flint can take 1 hit. However, once you start getting to challenge 4, challenge 5, this starts becoming irrelevant because you will always be one-shot by almost any attack. So I will take Bouncing Bertha. The question is, do I want it on the damaging one or the pulling one? I think I will take this one because I believe I could afford to not use this tome until the last move and get a double damage thing, which will let you take out or use pulls on more enemies. Any of these cards useful? Keg with pull is great. And I don't really have a keg yet. I like having 1 or 2 kegs. The B section is significantly harder than the aquatic section if you don't know which enemies are simple to beat. Worker bee and flower are very simple to beat. Honey, jelly, and... Oh, is this honey jelly baby? I've always assumed that the first one was just a honey jelly, but if this is just the mini ones, you know what, let's check it. Yeah, okay, this is also an easy fight. The hard enemies are the honey jelly and the beekeeper. But this is a very simple fight. Let's just put everybody here in a triangle. There's not really much point in baiting when it's bees and these, because the bees will just move a huge distance. Alrighty. If I put that there, I can move here, and then I can put... Oops, I apparently can't do that. That's fine. Let's just do this instead. Apply some agony. Where will I apply this? Oh, I've kind of messed this up, haven't I? Ah, whatever. We can do that easier. We do this, that will kill the bees. Then we just have the blobs, which we can just move out the way of now. This, push it over into the corner. Killing it. Yeah, he's going to die from agony. I can now move this out of the way. Here. Yeah, that will just kill it. And now we just pass and win this round. You don't have to kill the beehives. We're getting to the stage where we have to decide if we want to stop adding cards. This, however, is one of the ones that thing, especially when I have a bounce or a push. Now, bounce is certainly not a bad one. If you get a bounce pull or bounce push card, you can really manipulate the position of the enemies to create more safe zones for your tomes. Push is also really good, especially once you have, if you don't have enough things that have push on it. But I kind of do, so I'm going to take bounce instead, and Jack in the Box. more spreading of agony, which is the highest damage. Yeah, so Honey Jelly and Beekeeper are the hardest two enemies, this one. However, I don't have a full curio set yet. So I'm going to take the Beekeeper. And they're not that much harder. Alright, this is another thing. I'm going to try to position my tomes to manipulate where they path to. If I put them like this, he should only attack this corner, which will make it very easy to maneuver. Yeah, he's attacking here, and I should be able to very easily move my cards out of that. So if I do this for one, and I put a keg here, just to deal some damage. Now I move this out of the way, I can apply Agony to these two. Then I can move this further out of the way. Where will this send them? Into the wall. That's where I wanted them to be sent. Yeah. Also, if you bunch up these things where the bees are, you can generally get this charge all to go in the same place, which will not only mean it's very easy to maneuver out the way of the bees, but you can also trust that the bees will run into each other, which is also quite useful. Yep, I just hit you, and now we should have enough movement for all my totems to be moved to safety. Yep. It's okay if you didn't use this, because, yep, he died. And as you can see, the bees hit each other, so they're stunned. Or this one's stunned. This one's stagger will wear off, I think. Oh no, it didn't. I miscounted. That's fine. And then we just clean up. That will deal that with the agony damage. And double jest here should also kill this. Yep, that is everything dead. We get the script. We have now a lot of script, so we should be very good to do at the shop. Curio. I want a yes, range miner is excellent. I'm gonna put it on you. So I really want a range miner on all of them, or something to increase the range, because it just means that you can actually use a lot of ones. Hand bomb's good. Punchline's good. And it's also a range one, which is really important. So I think, because I don't have as many, this is not as good a push one, because it's one push, not two push. The problem with that is there's a corruption that reduces push and pull values by 1, meaning this will no longer move anything once you get past that. Punchline, however, is 4 push, which is excellent for moving people around. So I think I will do that. Scrivener. There's another draw, a secondary there, which could help with that, but however, I didn't really get enough secondaries to make that worthwhile. Let's remove a card and see if we can get something. And, these are not ones I wanted to remove, so unfortunately we'll just skip that. This is quite a good card. Radius and Shredder, especially combined with other things. This with Flint is just a big damage. This with Chagrin will mean you spread a lot of agony. So I will pick up a pumpkin. And another draw one. You see, I don't want to do that unless I have enough mana generation, because the extra cards are useless without the mana. So if you pick up this, you want it with the Slay mana option as well. So I'll take a bounce option instead. That's kind of it. I don't want to pollute my deck too much. I will actually, since your money is useless after the 2 shops, so you may as well spend it. I do have a lot of empty curio slots though. I'll do one more remove card, and hopefully I can remove this. Again, this is not one I particularly wanted because it's got range on its secondary. I suppose I can remove the Sneer. It's not the best card because its range is so low, especially once you get that. I will remove a Sneer. In this case, the easiest one is also the one with the best rewards for me. Again, you want range increasing ones, and there's a few good ones in the green pool. There's some in the blue pool as well, if I recall. But also Flower is an easy enemy, especially when you have lots of area of affected damage. As you can see, the bees are there. They're going to charge each other. These guys just nuke the board once with a weak attack and then with a strong attack. But since they give you 2 turns, you generally have enough. Now I can already see one helpful thing. Is that if I move down here, I should still be able to target the beehive with this, I think. Yes. Which means I do this here, and you can see the it will pop this. which means maybe I should pop it beforehand. Let's do that. First, let's do this to which is B, and now I want to pop this beehive. So let's move him here, here. No, that won't do it. I need the push to do enough damage. Yes. Excellent. Now I can move you back, and now I can pumpkin this, which will nearly kill everything. In fact, I think it will... No, there we go. We've killed the highest damaging thing. And now it's just maneuver these guys out, which I won't actually do. So I'll take some damage here. I'll take it on this because it's only one, and that will be healed off at the end of turn anyway. He'll die from agony, and this 1B is going to be very easy to deal with now that he's the only thing that actually deals anything. There we go. And now we just pass to clear. So again, the main thing is focusing. Ignite is okay. There's not really enough cards I find to actually build around Ignite. It can be good, because it's permanent, just ticking damage. But it's less important than having other things. In fact, I don't like much of these cards. The push is not bad, and the radius secondary is not bad. But I think I would rather have a more consistent draw of other cards. Not the best set of curios. Well, I forget how much you get. 15 script. That's probably enough to buy one additional curio, so I will skip this. One more. Beehives. Beehives are less of a concern than you think, because if you have 2 cards with area effect damage, just pop. You can just use 2, and it will generally be enough to kill all the bees. I do this. Curio slot, the question is, will I be able to find 4 useful curios from the shop? And generally you will be able to with this money. So I'm going to do this. 2 beekeepers, and let's put them all here. They should move in a way that their attack patterns mostly overlap. Not as much as I would hope, but it's still fine, especially with this, because as you can see, I can pull them all into each other. So this can deal a lot. Excellent. And also now they're even further away, and they're even hitting each other, which is even more wonderful. If I move them there, that's even better, because this will also just now attack into nothing. And Agni will start taking down their health. Let's just now pump damage into them, really. Let's not kill them just yet. I kill them before the turn ends, because now the bees will spawn. If you can kill beekeepers in the corner, it's better, because there's no space. Around them for them to spawn. Where was I? I got distracted there for a second. There's bees over there. So now we should just be able to kill things. Let's start with this. This will spawn a bunch of bees. See, because I killed them in the corner, 2 bees didn't spawn. Did not spawn, I should say. Now this, to kill those 2. And then I believe there's probably a way to do that. Yeah, if I do it here. Now the agony will kill them. Now the curio slots, I think I'll put it here because this has the more useful curios, and I kind of want to skip this unless there's something really good. And there isn't anything great. Alright, now we want to just fill our curio slots with stuff. I don't want to put this on here because it will cancel them out. I can put it on another one to add more flexibility. Doubling the range of spells is also quite good. These two are fine, but not the greatest, and these ones aren't as impactful as you think. As I said, we want a range increasing one. I'm going to put this one on here. I now have 41. And I'll put this one here. And I'm not going to get a full here. Balance reduces 0. I'll take that here. So now, it's okay to have one, because the boss will drop a curio. I would really have liked a range increasing spell on this one. But alas, that didn't happen. I might actually do this in 2 parts, because I might be running out of time, sadly. The bee boss is an interesting boss. It's generally not too hard. I like just getting rid of the beehives with AoE things, so I normally put this in the glass here, and then Chagrin normally here, because I try to sneak Chagrin forward enough that he can start attacking the bee. Now, did I get 2 things with area of effect? I did, lovely. So, do this, they'll all be pulled in. You can also pull the bee mother out of the corner, which is also lovely. As you can see there, because I killed all the beehives together in one shot, the bees tried to spawn on top of each other, which means you generally just have less enemies to deal with. Now, I should be able to move him 1 back, and well, I will take some damage there from knockback, but that's fine. I am sending her back to her corner, so I guess you can just go. The 1 damage isn't that important. Now these bees are all attacking in a line, so that's pretty good because they'll hit each other. This bee's attacking up, so now I would like to be able to hit them. This hits 3 things, that's the best one we got. Let's just... it's not the best because... yeah, whatever. I'm not going to be able to get it. The queen bee attacks first and applies it to the closest thing in range. However, it's an AoE, so you can put your tomes that you want to get hit next to bees and it will just kill them for you. And now we can just pile damage. Pile agony points into them. These aren't going to get hit because it's going to get charged into that. I want to position you... oops, I forgot. Yeah, never mind. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have put him into the range of the beam. The queen bee will summon a bee. It's actually kind of unclear that that's there because he spawns behind the queen. So you can't really see the indicator for it. And that should do it. That's the power of bounce. And we could just pass balls, punch him. Alright, ready. I'm gonna pause this because I think I'm not gonna have enough time, so I might finish this another day. Okay, sorry for that. That just so I do have a bit more time, so I will probably have to cut this into 2 parts and stitch them together. So, first up, at the script, it's useless now, but that's fine. And we have our last curio. Reduce the dead zone of lob spells is an excellent one, because it's effectively more range for lob spells once your range gets reduced. It allows you to actually use them. And a final one, I don't mind an extra range increasing one. Alright, now is the actual part where your build starts mattering. Beekeeper is okay. This will probably spawn with a honey jelly as well. So let's actually go through this. What I want to do is try to engineer a situation where, at the very least, one of my tomes baits an attack, or is at least one of my tomes survives, even if other tomes die. So I'm going to pop them here. This should move, I believe, here. It moved here. As you can see, we actually have a lot of safe zones now, luckily. And you can see the damage they're putting out is immense. 17 instantly will kill any tome, past full health. This one's damage doesn't say, but it's 20. So what we can do here is, because the attack radius is almost all where the bees are going to spawn when these die, it's effective right now to try to kill as many of these ones as possible. Also, as you can see, pulling, because this guy's going to attack here, I can quite easily pull them into the radius of the other's attacks by doing this. Not only does that make it easier, they'll now be attacking each other, I think. Yes, that will start damaging there. And that'll start damaging there. And we have the safe zone up here. I could push them around again. I don't want to do that just yet. I mean, I can push this one here. Just even further out the way. This one will die. If I pop it, I need to be aware of the bees that go there. This one's also going to be a bit of an obnoxious one. And now it's much easier because by pushing them, I will no longer be putting myself in more danger. So let's just do that. Apply more agony. Do slowly start ticking away at that. And let's just move things out of the way. Not quite enough range. Do that, but like move that to a safe zone. Move that here. Apply the agony. Move that. All three of my tomes survive in this case, and now mostly things are going to kill each other. First of all, the beehives. Yep. Didn't even have to deal with the honey blob doing anything because the beekeeper, and the beekeeper will actually die this turn. So the only thing I want to do is worry about killing the bees. I can see a position here that will kill these bees. Bees will kill those two. The fat bees I don't need to worry about as much because they actually don't have a damaging attack. This one, however, I do. But this... Oh, it's got the health bar glitch again. That's fine. That will do it. And... they'll die, and we'll spawn 2 bees there. Pass. The beehives have their turn. And now we just kill the remaining 2 bee spawns with a lot of... I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. I did not mean to actually hit that. That's fine, though. I can give myself agony this turn because it doesn't matter. It's going to be erased. Wait a minute. Why is that dealing damage? I shouldn't deal damage. Just apply agony. Oh, well, whatever. Let's just burn a card then. So I can now move this away and kill him with this. He is now dead. Move that away. Do that. Pass and win this challenge run. Now, I'll do the rest of this later. I unfortunately gotta go right now. But hopefully we'll get a deep challenge run next time. Now, as we can see, the next one's Corlith, which is actually the easiest challenge mode enemy, I would say. Alright, back in a bit. Okay, so we're back here again after several days later to continue this challenge run. I believe what I was talking about was that this is the easiest fight in challenge run, mainly because you have a lot more room to maneuver. Now, my general attitude is to place them all close together so that the octopus's attacks overlap. So you can see they have a lot of shared tiles. This one does spines. This one also does spines there. I think this one's doing a glitch that I've seen before, but I never really got a chance to. I imagine once I move a tome to a tile that nothing is attacking, this thing will attack it. But right now, what I want to do is, one, try to reposition some of these. So let's have a look-see. Well, let's start by... I kind of want to use the bouncing Bertha here to push things around. Let's start by just applying agony with one of these. Let's knock... Yeah, let's knock those back, shall we? Or we could do that. Yes. That will then move that there. he is now going to start damaging some of his friends. Oh, you can see it now. Like, this thing wasn't attacking this tile up here initially, and now it's done so. Okay, now that we've done that, we can move twice, and we're going to bomb. Actually, I need to do one more, so we can hit this with Agony again, move it out, and we're going to blow it up to knock it back. Now we can see we can use this to more easily maneuver. Yeah, that looks fine. I don't want to move them anymore because they're already in good positions. And we'll just shoot something. And all my tomes are safe. These are no longer attacking stuff, and yeah, they'll deal damage to themselves. So this one is the easiest enemy encounters because of the fact that their AI tends to target slots that are pretty easy. So that guy's attacking nothing. I think I would like to do more spreading. So this is aiming here, this is aiming here. If I push them back... Let's start by pushing you back. It will now be not attacking any of the tiles that my tomes are on. And if we also push... This attacking here. Let's push... Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to push this. There we go. Now we're pretty safe now, I believe. Let's start by doing this. Yep, that should deal a good chunk of damage to everything. We get a bunch of shields. That's fine. It just reduces the time it takes. But now we've killed a whole bunch of stuff. So we should be able to deal quite a bit of damage. Alright, and lastly, just put some more agony on that. And now the goal is just move everything to safety. Great, that is now it. I can use this movement to bunch them up over here a bit more so that hopefully the octopuses pile their attacks into the same tiles. With the octopus, I should say. They'll move. And let's see what they're attacking. Yep, they're attacking the tile. That's attacking those tiles. And this one's trying to attack where I will move to. So again, let's just do some agony spreading. And at the same time push them. If I do this, that will be enough to kill it. But it'd be very easy to get that, so let's just do that. Because I can probably do the same thing with a type of shatter of some kind. Or I could just do that, right? Yeah, that'll kill them. And let's see. Okay, so the octopus is dead. Now it's just the easy ones to deal with. So first up, let's just guarantee some safety. We're going to blow that will rearrange everything and might be a problem. Well, no, yeah, let's just play it safe. Grab this, and then we just move to safety. You're attacking there, you're attacking there, that's dead. Move to safety, move to safety. And we pass. At this stage it's pretty much just cleanup because they have enough agony that if I just keep stacking it, it should be... Let's see, you are attacking their slots, you are... Aha! I think now we are going to see this glitch, because right now, this thing doesn't look like it's attacking any slots. I imagine as soon as I move, yep, it will start attacking that. Now, I'm not sure if that is a glitch or a actual mechanic, but it is a little bit unintuitive. Let's do this, which should provide, yep, just enough agony to kill it. So I no longer need to worry about that. And now we are just going to pump as much damage into this. Do that. We'll do... Oop, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Just double checking I'm not going to be hurt. And now move to safety. Yes. And now we basically got it. Punch, and we're done. Alright. Challenge Mode 3. This is now the hardest enemy in the challenge mode, the Honey Jelly, and this is one of the most debilitating corruptions. So let's see how we do. So, 3 Honey Jellies. They're pretty much going to nuke the whole board. Now, let's see if this... my general plan is that you are able to get a clean pattern that will leave a safe zone up here if you place all 3 of your tomes in a triangle down here. We'll see if that works. Nope, didn't work. It appears the safe zone is in that corner that's inaccessible. Now, the goal here has now changed, because now we are kind of in a bit of a struggling situation. I'm going to try to push them down to see if I can rearrange them, but as we can see, that really didn't do as much as I'd hoped. We now have access to a potential safe zone over here if we kill the beehive. But it's going to be hard, so I'm going to pick one tome to try to get to that safe zone. The rest are going to be sacrifices. And the tome that probably has enough damage is probably going to be the Agony Tome. You could keep the Glass Tome, but the problem there is more so that the Glass Tome has less flexibility. It does. That's not what I want to do, because that will... So I will move this here first, and then I will do this. We'll kill the Glass Tome. Boom. But it will mean I can still have access there, because the bees will die to the Honey Jelly's attacks anyway. So let's do this. Kill our own tome, doesn't matter. This will summon all the bees. Oh. And we just need to now deal as much damage as possible. So we do this. This, it's 2 left. Yep. Do this. Do this. And we move the Agony Tome to safety up here. I could technically go there, can't I? Ah, well, let's just do this. As you can see, the Honey Jellies are mostly going to kill themselves. There we go. And now we're just left with 1 Honey Jelly with 1 health. Punch it, and we're done. As you can see, though, it takes a lot of health off of you. Now we also get less flexibility, because it's reduced our push and pull, which means Hand Bomb now doesn't do any pushing, and other ones are just less flexible. Kappa is probably second, if not tied, for the hardest enemy. As you can see, these 2 spawn in here. We want to put them in a situation where he moves backwards. It also means the one I generally want to keep is the Agony Tome, so I put that in the middle here. Hopefully this should add the courage to move backwards. There we go, so we get a safe zone. We actually possibly can save multiple tomes here. See, this one's blinding them, this one's smashing there, this one's doing its nuke. I did actually not get as much as I'd hoped in terms of pushing. That's fine. Let's start by putting 1 push to knock him back there. Good. I don't want to hypnotize, because this is the thing that will kill everything. So right now, I actually want to kill some of these shield guys so that Kappa does more damage. Yep, that's good. I will damage that, but that's okay. Let's then do this first before I nesting doll there, because I'm 90% sure this will die anyway, the Flint Tome. There we go. Now that will nuke all these. That's going to attack that. And we should actually be able to preserve 2 tomes. Where do I want to put this last? Agony charge. Let's spread them out a bit. And, oh, it's not far. Oh yeah, my range has been reduced by 1. In which case, we'll do this. Alright. So that may look unintuitive, because he does the damage shield, but since their damage is increased by 5, it goes over that, and it always deals 5 anyway. Alright, now, we can see you're attacking there, probably trying to eliminate my options. But thankfully, we do have a punch line, which will allow me to reposition this in the back, making a huge safe space here. Now the goal is probably going to be just to pile damage in, probably kill some of these other things. Oh yeah, you've got that. So in which case, let's do this first. It's wonderful, that will nuke those and kill those two. I'm also going to move this down here, and yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Oh, I need to do that first, so let's do that to up that, and now this, I can do it like so to kill the other coral. Wonderful. These two tomes are safe. This guy, I wonder if that's a targeting glitch again, or if I've just moved it there. I wasn't actually keeping track. Either way, we keep 2 tomes alive. They kill all the shield generators. These two are still around, but in general, oops, I actually thought there would be one less, but that's fine. Alright, let's see. You're going to... Are you crushing? You're actually not attacking. I did get a push, which is excellent, so I can just do this again and keep my tomes safe. Let's now try to kill the back row so I have more flexibility. I'm going to do that by... we can see the lob issues here. I'm actually not in a very convenient position, so let's get rid of a sneer to get a movement point. Move them out of the way. And I actually need one more. Let's get rid of this. This. And I may have ballsed this up slightly. Well, that's fine. I am now just going to end turn because I'd rather be safe than sorry. I was trying to get a situation where I could target there, but I forgot I would have now moved out of range. Alright, now they're moving me back. I have another push, which is excellent. So let's start by getting that to pull him to the corner. You actually have lots of ways to navigate around this. Okay, devs, I think I have another issue with the glitch here. I think I was trying to... This is a reported glitch, where they will attack the wall. So that's fine. But in any case, let's just do it to spread some damage then. Like so. Get more agony on the kappa, which will eventually tick down. Get more damage on that too. And more damage in here. There we go. At this point, we've basically won. There we go. We still have to arrange ourselves pretty well, though. So, I need to get a pull one. There we go. That will pull him into the corner. It will kill me, though. If I move here, that's fine, though, because I can still pull him out of the way to deal damage. You are now attacking there with Headbutt. That's perfectly fine. I actually don't need to worry about Kappa, because next turn he will die. Will he? Yes, he will. He should die to the agony damage. So let's just focus on dealing with the other ones. Let's do it by Flaming Shot this, to get 2 movement for this, and putting some more damage in here. And now we pass. He'll gain 4 shield and lose 1. His agony will down 10, so he will die. So now I don't know why, but you know what? There's no such thing as being too prepared is there. Let's move this here. Move this here. That's the wrong tome, but you know what? That's fine. Now you push this here. Knock him back. That will die to agony, that will die to agony, so it's just the diver. Oh, yes, this is... May as well use collisions to deal a little bit more damage. Like so. And now, yeah, it's just cleanup at this stage. And we pass, Kappa dies, so all the threat is eliminated, so now we just bully the diver for a bit. Move out the way, agony him, we agony him again. Bully him with some glass fragments, and there we go. He will now die to agony, and we've gotten past this. Another Kappa. Dead zone size increase, so now lobs become even harder to use, which will affect things, but the strategy is going to be the same. I think it's the exact same enemy arrangement, yes. We place a thing around... Oops, that was not the... whatever. I meant to put agony there. The chagrin tome, I should say. Okay. As we can see, we've baited the octopus to attacking the spot where the Kappa is, and luckily the octopus spawns him before, so he will automatically move this go. So now I just want to deal some damage, maybe get some starting agony, because I should be able to save at a minimum 2 of these tomes. So let's start with that by applying agony here. I'm probably going to let the glass tome die this time, mainly because, actually, I don't know. I've ballsed this up very slightly because I want to save that. But let's try and save everyone. We'll take 3 movement to get there, 2 movement to save that, 2 minutes to that. So I actually don't have the ability to save everything. Unless I do some pulling. Yes, lobs are already gone because I don't have range. How to solve this problem, though. Well, let's just burn some cards and try to get out, because I actually don't think I can deal with... Yes, I can only use it on this one, so let's just deal some damage. Move, move, move. I'm pretty sure I can't actually use any of my love spells again. Oh, I can use you. This will die this turn anyway, which is a bit unfortunate. So I guess I just do that. Well, no. I would rather the agony go on the Kappa. So let's burn Nesting Doll, burn Bauble, move this to safety. Uh-oh, I forgot about the pulling. This will mess everything up. Well, can't win them all. Let's just pass and keep it safe. As we can see, that's another thing. The stun happens before the move turn. At least I believe so. So he didn't move there, even though he's now going to attack again. Alright, Octopus is doing that. You're sucker punching a tile that I'm gonna be, you're headbutting. And I think, yes, this will just be about getting more agony onto Kappa, because that is the limiting factor. Yep, I can't do anything to you. I can push him into there. That's a good one. And it will just be maneuver to safety. Attack you. Because the lob spells now are no longer useful, so let's burn one. And I'm going to put both in the corner so that the octopus targets in the corner and hopefully wastes some of its range. This could well be the losing point in this game, because I might just run out of abilities to actually move this guy away. Which I think is what's happened. Oops. I can Agony in the push, which will move him 1. That's probably safest. Agony plus push. Lock him away. You're attacking this corner. You're attacking over here. That spot's now safe, so I think I'm able to do 1, but I think I can do even better than that by... Yes, there we are. Now I should be able to get into a situation where I can save both these tomes this turn. Move that. I hate it when that happens. Well, I just made a misclick, so that probably loses me the run. I will just place that, and Flint is unfortunately going to die here. Well, that happens. Kappa's not moving again, which is odd. Well, it's just pile damage into Kappa. And now I think I can put a couple agony shots into this guy in the corner. This is another showing why the range thing is so important, because now, when your range and dead zone are limited and everything, that's what you need to do to gain cards. Alright. Octopus is dead. This is dead next turn, I think. And yeah. This should be fun. Not quite dead next turn. Okay, you're nuking the corner. Do I have the ability to push? I think this might be it. So I'll pull on this one. That is probably what I need to do. But they're all on push targets. That's very obnoxious. So I think this is it. What situation could I put it into? Well, no. Oop, what happened there? Push this here, they'll go into the corner, and I should be able to maneuver myself into the top left corner. Let's do that. Let's do... Will I have enough to maneuver? He'll go there, it'll be 3, that's 4 to get away. I can burn the bauble. Yes, this should be enough to keep myself alive. Move myself up here. I am safe. The agony damage is now stacked enough that he will die next turn. He's even blind, which is even better. Which now means I'm pretty much guaranteed to win because he's dead. So now it's just spread agony and keeps the damage up. That's dead. He's dead. Just kill the octopus. Lob spells are now no longer useful. I'll move myself here. And yeah, now it's just cleanup again. He'll attack me in the corner, so we can just... The only thing now is just apply as much agony as possible. And just generally try to deal damage to him. There. There. As stated before, you don't need to kill this guy anymore. He's a non-issue. And just one more hit, and we've made it to Challenge 6, which is quite good. This is quite a good run. Now, this is quite a debilitating one. It's just one less chance to get out of dodge with your corruptions. Beekeeper is pretty bad, but also not too bad. Again, the key is to try to manipulate the AI to attacking a space that allows you to move to a safe space. In this case, we're going to put him here, in this little triangle. Now, that is flexible. So I really want to pop some of these beehives with this situation. You're attacking the corner there. It should be actually fairly easy to... so I just want to put some damage into these beehives. It's early. Unfortunately, I don't actually think that's going to be very possible. Well, the beehives take their turn beforehand anyway, so let's do that. I want the bees to all be spawning where they get attacked. Let's do that for one of them. That will set me up to be able to kill them again. Like so. These beehives will pop. Not quite, actually. I need a few more. Thankfully, we've actually been left with enough space that we can maneuver our guys to a safe zone. This is actually not a dangerous spot, and you actually want to be positioned here. And let's just put some agony into you. We can save 2 of the tomes by putting chagrin here, and this in the corner. And now we pass turn. Goodbye, Flint. Thank you for your service. Since the beehives take their turn before the other enemies, if you put agony on them, the beehives will pop, and then bees will just be summoned in to be killed by the other enemies. This might be quite a difficult turn, though. So you're... oh, no it's not. We actually have a very easy spot to, some safe harbor. Let's just make sure that even more of these beehives are being damaged. Do this, that'll pull them in. Fantastic. Could maybe have put bounce on that to make it work a bit better. Especially because now these are useless. So, burn, burn, and we don't even have to move, but I think this should be fine. I no longer... yeah, this should be fine. So let's just kill this guy. Yeah, I can do that like so. Oops. There we go. Like so. Now I can swap to this guy and start dealing some damage with agony. Can I not? This spreads agony, which is what you want. As you can see, there's enough space to maneuver that I don't really have to worry too much about my positioning. There we go. Also, at this stage, the bees will often just hit each other and die. And they have very kindly bunched themselves up for me. Yeah, as you can see, since I have double the range, I can actually use these lob spells for the first one. There we go, so let's just make a super one that will apply a bunch of agony. There we go, 6 agony, excellent. That one is dead, that one is dead, this one is nearly dead. And voila. Pass the turn, and we have gotten to challenge 7. This one is not a relevant modifier at this stage. Every attack will kill your tomes, so this is irrelevant. Kappa, as we've already discussed the strategy for Kappa. place them in a 3 here to try to persuade Kappa to stepping back or to be pushed, and also so that the octopus will pull Kappa back. Luckily, it seems that we've already got that. I can do this to even further. I really don't want to manipulate that. That one should move back though, so let's just do that. Need to get some damage in them. I will just shoot this to put the start stacking agony on them. I will also now put Chagrin into safety. These are now not actually targetable except for this one. That will not blind that. I want to do this. What's the order of operations? Kappa will kill this first, so I actually don't need to worry about that. Yeah, I don't want to move this octopus because it's actually pulling that. But you can save another tome, I think. No. I don't believe we can. No, yes we can. I just need to burn one of these cards. Let's burn Nesting Doll. There. Oh, why is that hitting? Oh, no, it was still in. Okay, whatever. We save Chagrin and always one survives. It's fine. Now that Kappa is stunned, it's great. It will be very easy to maneuver around this. We just want to put as much agony as possible onto Kappa. Everything else is irrelevant. Kappa is the make or break point. This can be often used, as we saw just then, as a help, because you can use it to blow up. Let's get that in there, and I don't want to pull it into me. Let's position myself here. And we pass. Now is the hard one, because we just need to manipulate the position of Kappa so that we always have a safe spot. Luckily, I think we can easily do that here. I will burn this card. I will burn this card. Move twice here. Punch Kappa in his face. Move here. And put a bit more agony into this little octopus. And yeah. Once again, we are left with a safe zone, which is pretty handy. Now, I want to put more damage into Kappa, so we just do the same thing again, where we punch him and send him back. There we go. Back up here again. We could stay here, but I would rather... Well, I suppose there is no risk. I'll put it here. Hopefully he only moves one forward then. And I will dodge the radius of attack again. Yep, and we've left the safe zone. Luckily, we have Punchline to just push him back. Let agony damage take care of the rest. Put some more into this guy, who appears to be glitching out. I believe because he thinks I'm already dead. And yeah, pass. Look, this is why Chagrin, I think, is better than Kreska. Because even though Kreska has Stagger, the ability to stack up Agony means much, much more damage. Now, we've actually not got an easy push here. We do have a pull there. So I should be able to use that. Let's first apply Agony to... Actually, no, I can't do that because I don't want it to mess up. Let's burn the bauble. Move. That still won't do anything, will it? That's fine. I still just want to put more damage into Kappa. And move to the safe zone in the corner. Killed my octopus friend, and now he actually is just dead. So let's just have some fun punching him in the face. Boosh. Pass, and yeah, we've gotten to challenge. This might actually be beat my record run, because we've got rolled Kappa again. 5 health to enemies, as you can see, doesn't matter. The enemy's health is just eventually tickled down. It's just about surviving those initial turns. As you can see, same thing. Hypnotize. There. There. I can just punch him. We do want him to actually have the stun. So maybe I punch something else or put agony on in a different manner. Yeah, let's do that. I'll put agony on him via this. Also just a good bit of damage, so I can step back on this. I will then do this, which will just deal some damage so that I can move the glass tome out the way. And sneer. I'm sacrificing Flint again because it's not really that important. And just keep up the damage. This should be safe. And now that I do this, this one is also safe. Pass turn. They'll buff a bunch of shields. That's fine. Now I believe Kappa should be attacking, but he won't be moving because he's stunned. Yes, exactly. So we have a fantastic opportunity to pile damage in. This. Wonderful. Agony has spread some more. Do this. Where is Kappa going to end up? I'm not sure, but I think that should be fine. Oh, that was not where I expected him to end up. That's fine. Then I suppose we can still move everything to safety. Can we? Yeah, we can. Him in the corner, burn some cards. Like so. And yeah, we're safe. This time we've actually gotten lucky that we might be able to avoid killing everything. I don't know. The agony there. This is actually not the best position because he's moved into the safe zone. And I'm not really in a position to push Kappa anywhere. Easily, anyway. That is fun. So, how do I want to solve this? Well, I can move this one forward twice, but I really would like to save this, and that is a hard one. Is there a solution to this problem? If I do this and this and this, that will pull Kappa away. That should be fine. There we go. And we're all safe again. And I even think I can have put agony on somebody. Probably should have put that on a bounce on there, but whatever. He's dead. Well, he's not dead. Oh, he didn't actually even kill all the shielders, which is pretty unusual. Alright, Kappa moves to the middle. Do we have an ability to maneuver them? We do have a pull. Ah, it's on the same one. Should be fine still, because we can pull with this range. Yeah, that should do it. And just inflict some agony to these guys. And we're safe once more. I don't think I can actually target anything else, so there we go. At a certain point, your cards stop becoming their primaries, they only become the secondaries. Did get the pushers, that's fine. This means he should end up back one tile, like so, meaning my tiles are actually safe, and I can even apply some agony. Yeah, I could have done more damage there, but oh well. Okay. Again, same thing, just maneuver cap. The whole thing is push and pulls to maneuver Kappa away so that you can stack up agony and slowly win. And he's definitely dead next turn. I believe this will be a world record. It feels silly to brag about that when, like, it's playtest and I'm being, like, two of the people that discredit the people trying, but this will be a very good run, as you can see. I didn't even look at the as 5 damage, I think it was. Yeah, irrelevant at this point. They all one-shot you anyway. I want, and there, if I put them here, there should be safe zones at the bottom, so let's do that with aiming to keep this. Because they can move targets, ooh, that's not where I expected them to go. This will also spawn a lot of very high health blobs. So I'm going to try to maneuver these around. That seems reasonable. He'll be pushed down there. He'll attack the beekeeper that way. I put bounce on it. Ooh, kills. Well, I don't care about Flint dying. I just want more damage on there, and this pulls things into the corner. Let's do that. Wonderful. That's attacking here. That's attacking here. I have safe zones that I can maneuver to. Actually, have I fucked myself? I might have done that, because it's now 3 away. Oops. Alright, well. I still think I can get myself partially out of the situation. No, I fucked myself. Whoops. Can't win them all. Well, that was still a really good run anyway. Oh, I know, he survives. How does he survive? I don't know. Okay, I guess we're not done yet. This is going to result in a lot of bees and a lot of blobs. But I think we should still be fine. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't die there. I'm not sure what happened there. Alright, let's see what I'm being threatened with. Well, there's a safe zone here. So let's just put some agony into these bees. Oh well, I missed a very obvious bit of damage there, but oh well. There we go. So yeah, the bees are annoying, mostly because they just restrict where you can move to, but often they will just kill themselves. Okay. Oh, this... Thank you, Beekeeper, for making my job a lot easier. I believe I can... Nope. He'll die to agony now, so let's just put damage into the bees. Probably could have done that turn better. Actually, definitely, because I could have put bounce on this, but oh well. Now we just have to let the fact that we have a lot of maneuverability still in a B level, surprisingly, win out. This should be fine. That will spread some agony to these bees. We have a free safe zone up here, so we don't have to worry about it too much. And I think we can actually do another lob here. Yeah, there we go. Put the safe zone here, and yeah, we pass. So I'm being threatened from these lines. Being there's a really easy safe zone here. Let's just do this. This will now charge into the fat bee. Yeah, I know they're called like drones or something, but I just call them fat bees. I would like to push this one over here to just put some more agony on it. And once I move out of the way, that will kill that. So let's just do this. And oops, I forgot that was 2 mana. Oh well, we'll just move to safe zone. And yeah, 1B left. So yeah, that's since the stun happens after they decide their movement, they sometimes just won't be able to attack you. I actually don't think I can hit him from this thing, so I'll have to burn a card. Let's burn Flaming Shot. Move here. And we will just do that to put agony on him. And no reason to rush now. He's just going to die to his agony, so let's just pass twice. Now this is definitely, I only actually remember what corruption level I got to. This is actually the furthest one. Again, 5 health, doesn't matter. This here, agony in the middle to escape. Honey Jelly is the one that kills you, and we have been very lucky that we have only gotten Honey Jelly once. Let's see what we do with this now. Okay, so again we're stunning that, so we just need to move things. So I think pull Shieldcaster 5 damage. That's not what I want. Let's just start by putting some agony there to get a movement. Then I can move his here, and we'll pull it back. It's not what I want. Flint being killed doesn't matter here. I just want to move more things around. Wonderful. I can now push this back. And actually not use any of these, but that's fine. Let's just burn them and move to safety. I will put them here and here. Stuns Kappa. And there we go. As we can see, I think Kappa's just going to nuke everything right now, which is very handy for me. So let's just... Do I have anything that increases range? No, I don't. So let's just do this. Punch Kappa to put more agony on him. And once again, I have made the mistake where I should have used some of these cards as modifiers. But you know what? It's actually not a mistake, because I needed the movement to escape with this. Pass. Let Kappa nuke everything. Oh, interesting. Kappa's moved to the corner. Well, I can just punch Kappa back. As I said before, Kappa is the most important one of these to manage. We can even do this. That seems fine. I should still be able to get safety there. Oh, I didn't even hurt Kappa. Wonderful. Yes, now we just move twice. And yeah. Well, actually, I could probably get some more damage, can't I? Hey, nah. Playing like a fool and then giving advice is a very great look, but I suppose I am doing quite well in this run. Alright, Kappa is the problem here. This will move him one tile back. So that's what we'll do. And we are safe, so now I just need to pump damage into Kappa to eventually kill him with Agony. Could have pushed him further back. It's fine. Just slow and steady with this enemy, because he will do most of the work for you. All you have to do is make sure he's not actually going to get in the way. Get back into your corner, please. Thank you. Pass. I see he's got enough agony on him that he's pretty much just gonna die. Especially if I can put a little bit more. He is now dead. He's now very dead. Pass. And yeah, corruption a billion. I am getting extremely lucky in this run. Honey Jelly is the run killer. Beekeeper is not the run killer. Beekeeper is fairly easy, comparatively. There and there. Oh, here we go. Now we're reaching the there is no hope option. So how can we manipulate this board so that there's a safe zone? I don't think we can maneuver the Honey Jelly, so it would just be getting one tome down here. We could, however, start by pulling stuff around. What to do. We have a range one here as well, which could probably pull some stuff. Thing is, I would like to pull this one up one, or push him back, which, you know, might be possible. Can we target something that would kill my own glass tome? I don't think so. Well, let's focus this. I'll start by getting rid of Jest to move this out of the way. Okay. Then I will do this plus the range one, which should be able to... No, it doesn't pull him back. It pulls that one back. That's fine. If I then burn this, move here twice, push him there, I think... Ah, no, I miscounted. Well, this was a good run, and I just don't think I could have figured out how to clear that. That is a 11 corruption run. So, let's pass, and GG. So that would be some basic advice and some tips to get a really deep challenge run. I don't think you can get better advice than a run that I believe has broken a world record by doing this. Yeah, that's beat my record, 18.84. So, thank you for watching this, and yeah, I might be doing a video where I go through all my thoughts on this game, because I really like it. And I really think it's got a lot of potential, so... Anyway, thanks for watching this, I suppose. Bye!